What's up, Dog Raider? Oh, let's go! Let's go. Oh, getting imitated, never duplicated. That bull with no hair, that shouts like Ric Flair. Woo! What? Woo! Woo! The Raider Bear! I'm Raiders! Rick and Morty Raiders. What's up? What's up, Rick and Morty Raider? It's not that I forget that that's on there. I just don't think about it. And then suddenly I say it and it makes me laugh each time. I don't know what I was thinking right then, except that I love Rick and Morty Raiders. Look at that. Oh, if I get too much light on it, you can't even see it. It shines so much. It's like the glare. It's just too much for everybody to even pick up on it. Raider Bear Live with the fat mirror finish. That's your boy, Raider Bear. What? Tradish! Raider Bear Live. First comment. Woo! MVP tonight goes to Dustin King. What's up, Dustin? Welcome to the show. One king to another. Always there for Raider Bear. And tonight, as usual, the runner-up is giving his comeuppance to Josh Russell, the heavyweight champion, and sliding in and stealing one of his gold medals. Well done, sir. Second place, silver medal from our YouTube audience, Jim Vanderlyn. What's up, Jim? Welcome to the show. Always there for Raider Bear and slide into the medal round from YouTube. That's difficult. Welcome to the show. Third place, bronze medal, John the Lion. Leon. What's up, John? Welcome to the show. Always, really always there for Raider Bear because John's been watching me since way back when. Appreciate you, John. Welcome to the show. One of my newer viewers, Ted Thane. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. And Ted got the first bear. Vincent Rubalcaba. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Candy Dimnioski. Always there. Always. I'm not going to do it. Candy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is Mr. Dimnioski there? I'm sorry. Mr. Dimnioski. No, I'm not. You know what happens when a quarterback goes into darkness to make a decision about his retirement? He comes out and he narcs and totally copycats the legend that came before him, Brett Favre, who ended in disgrace because he's a lying, thieving bum and a racist. Oh, Dustin King. Appreciate the love on the stars. And remember, guys, those of you who contribute stars are contributing directly to charities that we work with all the time. Last year, we worked with the Kind Fund, Kids in Need of Desks. We raised a lot of money and we were able to send, drum roll, please, 38 children. That's right. 38 children after promising 13. Yeah, Mama Bear and I don't mess around when we commit ourselves to something. Well, we mess around because we like each other a lot, but then we get the other work done too. So we got 38 kids in Africa in school. Very awesome. This year, we're working with the St. Jude's and early onset cancer with children. They pay like for everything. They care for the kids. They pay for the parents to stay at a facility so they can be with the kid, 24 hours a day. It's beautiful. And they charge them nothing. And the reason they're able to do that is because it's donations from the outside to the hospital that allow for them to take care of cancer in children, their treatments, their surgeries, and fun for the parents to be there with them 24 hours a day. It's amazing. And we've been working with them. When we initially started this year, we had around $2,000 raised. We went over 3,000. It was 3,636. I remember the exact number. because I was excited about it. And then since we've gotten to almost 6,000 just this year, just starting through January. So we're doing real good. So thank you very much. That's all, Raider Nation. Just keep it up. We're going to be around. We're going to keep doing. Travis McNeil, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Rick Samarano, Bear. What's up, Rick? Denton Rhodes, Space Force. It's when I always honor the troops, and he used to get on me because I wouldn't say Space Force, because there really is a Space Force, and so I would always laugh at it, and now, I'm down with it. Steeler Val, without question, my favorite Steeler fan. The only one I have, but my favorite.
Corinna sent 500 stars.
Oh, Corinna! Hello! You know what? I'm just going to send something nice to whoever wins tonight. So my little cub will keep counting it up. If you send it, I'm going to pick a winner tonight. Eric Peterson, what's up? Welcome to the show. Always there for R8RBEAR Bear. Troy Gill, how you doing? What, baby?
Ted's got a question for you.
Who does?
Ted Thane.
Ted Thane. Okay, Ted Thane. Hold on. Little cub wants to rock the question by Ted Thane. Hit it.
Vic Taffer mentioned something today about the Bucks trading up with the Raiders, giving us Devin White in the 19th for our 7th. Tell me you've heard something good like that, Bear.
There's been little things like that thrown around. I initially brought up the trade that the Titans have the 11th pick, and that they could trade with their 11th pick and something else that they would have in like the 3rd and the 5th. And we would take those picks and then give them our 7 and take their 11 plus 2 other picks that are later. I also heard a scenario where the Raiders are able to trade up into the first round after their first round pick. In other words, we're going to keep our number 7, select Devin Weatherspoon, and then we're going to take the number 2 pick at 38, the number 3 pick at 109, and the pick at 100, and give them 38, 100, and 109 to go back into the second round and get the big defensive lineman from Pittsburgh, Cansey. And when I heard that, I got really excited. Like really excited. In fact, more than I do with this deal where we might get this linebacker. That's cool and all, but I would rather start with a huge defensive lineman, 6'1", 281-pound Kalijah Cansey. I like that kid. I like the idea of that draft.
Joe McMillan asked, Bear, Eagles are on the phone. They want pick number 7 and will give us number 10 and 30. What do you think?
Joe McMillan, great question. Thank you, little cub. I would say to you that would be fantastic, but they probably would give us one more pick. The way the draft is seeming to pan out, these offers have to consist of whatever the first offer pick is, and then a mid, and then a very late. That's why we're doing 38. In the scenario I had, we have 38, 100, and 109. Now, technically, that sounds like a lot, but it's not really. Remember, 38 would be the second round pick. Then 100 is a compensatory pick that we were given by the league. So we didn't even have that pick at first. So that would still leave us 11 picks. And then you give them, that would still leave us 12 picks. And then you give them number 109, you have 11 picks. You still have 11 picks. And that, to me, that works. You're really only giving up number 109 and number 38 to get back into the first round and get Cansey. I would do that. You got another one, little cub? Justin King, go.
QB or no QB? That is the question.
It's sizing up for the answer to be no QB, because if it was about QB, I just think that all this hoopla that we already had, there would be more of it discussed, and instead it's going away. So Tony, make it dip. Love you like a brother. Right back. Candy Dimnioski, I don't care how happy he is about Rodgers. You tell him that nitwit is going to do what the last nitwit did. He's going to come in there, Packers to Jets, take a and then leave. And that's what the one you got now is going to do. He's going to come over from Green Bay to New York and take a and leave. Apparently those guys that come over that have been wearing green all their life, they don't like the fact that they're coming over and wearing green again. So they play really badly and they leave. The Jets' destiny. Come on now. Come on. You have one ring. And you know when you got it? Back when dinosaurs walked the earth. Okay. Some guy named Krug, he went, roar, roar, I'm going to make Super Bowl ring for Jets. And he made you a rock out of stone. And that's how old the ring is for the Jets. You're never going to see another one. I am calling him a Neanderthal. Look at you with the big words. John Leon, I hear the Eagles are already making calls about the 7, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I liked it. I'm here too, Mr. Bear. Hi, Tommy. Welcome to the show. Appreciate you, buddy. Corona Trujillo, always there. All right. Do you have a question or want me to take one?
No new questions yet.
Okay. I'm going to read Miguel and Victoria. Can you see here on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll go for it.
Hey, Bear. Been a minute. Excited this weekend going to San Jose to meet Bo Jackson,
Whoa.
Marcus Allen, and Tim Brown. I'm getting all the jerseys autographed.
Whoa. That's big time. Miguel and Victoria, first, your picture is beautiful. And second, and more importantly, wow, that's some names. I mean, you had me at Bo Jackson. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I named my dog after the man. But yeah, wow, that's incredible. Marcus Allen was one of the best end zone backs in history. You know what I mean? Just got loose and was elusive and always got through. I love the idea of that. Okay, Travis Kelly said CJ Stroud or Jalen Carter. Come on, lucky number 7 with your funk is shut your mouth. Travis Kelce, I would say to you that the CJ Stroud thing is a little bit of a smoke screen, but I do think he'll be there at 7. I just don't think the Raiders are going to pick him. I don't think that the hype is really there for that. I just don't. I don't know that I don't know that we value him that way. You know what I mean? I don't know that they're looking to fit that spot yet with these guys. I mean, I know that sounds weird to say because no one's talking about that. But what I'm saying is maybe none of these guys fit what Josh McDaniels would say is his criteria for finding a guy he really wants to invest his reputation and his, second and maybe last opportunity of being a head coach if this fails badly. And he's already had one bad season. So you got to wonder where this will go next. Tony Make It Dip said, we need Lou Alzado. Nice. So do you think we're not going after AR? It's not that I don't think we're going after AR. What I think is that doesn't make sense. But at the same time, and I've said this repeatedly, this show, Raider Bear Live, is saying that if they had to give you the news is the Raiders are going for Anthony Richardson at 7. That's the news. That's what I was told. That's what my ninja snitch told me. You know what I mean? Under a dark light in an alley in a carport, Raider Bear to snitch. and we spoke, and the word is that the Raiders were all over Anthony Richardson. The Will Levis stuff is just smoke. And if he's at 7, they're going to pull the trigger.
Come, Raider Bear, I have more information for you.
Let's see. No quarterback this year. Next year, Bo Nix. I'm telling you. Bo Nix is an intriguing name. I could see that. Caleb Williams, Bo Nix, those names have been thrown around. Mark Vargas, Bear! Michael Guerrero, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. My take is when the last great quarterback is the Jets had.
Troy Gill said something.
All right, Troy Gill, what's up?
If we can trade down to 10 or 11 and make a trade with the 49ers for second and trade on first defense line help.
I like that personally. I mean, I know people don't like me. I don't want to talk about that because it's not exciting, but the truth is if you trade down to 10 or 11, you're still going to get a very dynamic player. It may not be, one of the best, at whatever position, but at the same time, a guy like Tyree Wilson would probably still be available at 11 or 10, the way things are looking like they're going to pan out. You're going to have the best linebacker in the country is going to be available. There's going to be positions still where incredibly talented guys like Kancey of Pittsburgh are going to be available. And then like my scenario before, I did give you a scenario where they take the second round, number 38, pick number 100 and pick number 109 to go back into the first round and get a second defensive stud. And so the first scenario I saw that made a lot of sense to me was you take Devin Witherspoon at 1. Then you package the other 3 picks I just mentioned, move back into the first round and get Kancey. I love that.
Louis Hogan. What up, Bear? If we don't get Richardson, then a defensive lineman?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. But if we don't get Richardson, I think it's going to be the corner Devin Witherspoon because he's just an instant day one starter. Or Christian Gonzalez. But a lot of people are starting to get the idea that the Lions are going to go with Christian Gonzalez. They could just use someone at that position. Okay, I put one on the screen for you, baby cub.
We have 12 picks already. Why trade back?
Rob Mix, because we have so many holes to fix. The more picks you have, why not have a ridiculous amount of players that you can bring in, because it increases the likelihood that you get it right on one of them. So if I bring in 2 linebackers and I'm praying one of them can play, maybe they both suck. But if I bring in 4 linebackers and I only have to find one, now my odds go up, greatly that one of those guys is going to pan out and I'm going to be able to put a guy out there that can really play. So we're trying to get 3 or 4 guys at least at any position of need, not every position, but every position of need. Now, if you do that with your 12 picks and potentially get 2 or 3 more, that's huge, because now you can look for depth on your offensive line. You can look for depth on your defensive line, and nobody cares because you're going to be doing it with 4, 5, and 6th round picks. Shane Street, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show. In the dark, in a parking garage, sounds like clandestine meetings I've heard years ago. We defense to shut down these AFC West offenses. Tony Make It Dip. This guy, honey, his name is Tony Dip. I nicknamed him Make It because Tony Make It Dip. You remember that one song, Make It Dip, Make It Dip, Make It Dip. And no, you're not too young, and that song's not that old. You stop that. Eric Peterson. If Al Davis were still alive, Anthony Richardson would be the pick at 7. Al always liked to take risks. Eric Peterson, I would argue that's not a risk you're taking, though, if Al were in this scenario. For example, if Al had Jimmy Garoppolo tied up and Brian Hoyer, then bringing in AR puts him at 3rd and allows him to grow up. Whereas, if I put my daughter into a race where she has to be the fastest race car driver, well, she's just learning how to drive. But if at 24, 25, they say, now we're going to put you in as this fast car driver, well, she's probably not going to be quite as nervous. Well, it's the same thing. We could bring the kid in now, not make him play, give him at least a year, maybe 2 years, really let him develop, and then bring him into the system as an effective running passing option, RPO type passing quarterback. One of my viewers the other day brought up Marcus, I can't believe I did it. Our former backup quarterback that we had brought in that was the bust from the Titans, and then he went on to the Falcons. No, that's the owner Putz. And Marcus Mariota, that was it. Marcus Mariota style offensive package, not a wildcat, but a run pass option. So you don't get your quarterback blasted, but he gives himself a chance to run when he feels like it and throw when he thinks it's right.
Rick Samarano.
Okay.
If they take Richardson, then Garber goes to practice squad, right? Or do they trade? Or do they try to trade him for a 6 RD24?
Rick Samarano, you could probably get even more than a 6th because Chase Garbers is now a veteran backup quarterback. So you could probably get a 4 or a 5 easy. If you get a team that, really needs help at quarterback, especially if it was like, for example, a team like the Texans. We know the team like the Texans is going to bring in a very young quarterback in this draft, more than likely. So now you reach out to us, you give us a 4th round, 5th round pick for Garbers. Garbers comes in, can really mentor the guy, much like Brian Hoyer is for us. It's just a 2nd round guy, second position quarterback that will be the valet, the caddy, like in golf, so to speak, to Jimmy Garoppolo through this offense. Because Brian Hoyer knows this offense literally backwards and forwards. Okay, stop laughing at me because I keep playing with my earphones. No. All right, Ted Thane. I'm starting to think Stroud and Richardson are there at 7. Still hoping they don't draft either of them, though. Go defense or do the trade back for White and take Porter at 19 and then package other picks, like you said. move back up and get Cansey. Yeah, Ted, it would just be smart. It would be aggressive. And more importantly, it would be also maneuvering, stockpiling picks. You know, you get 12, you go down to 10 because you pick up guys, then you go back up to 11, etc. And then you move and make pieces work.
Kenny Blair sent 50 stars.
Kenny Blair. Kenny Blair watches me all the way from the UK, baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so if we ever do get our chance, you remember we've talked about going to the UK.
I would love it.
We're gonna let Kenny Blair know, and then we're gonna meet him at a pub somewhere.
Okay.
Are you saying that McDumdum might actually draft well? Jim Vanderlyn, I'm saying that I think he might actually have a plan that most quarterbacks, especially quarterback coaches, know that if you can give the guy a little time to see what he's going to be doing, he'll be better. You know what I mean? Now, sometimes you can just throw a guy into the fire and it works. Troy Aikman was thrown into the fire. He had the worst season of his life. He had 1 win and 15 losses. And then the very next season, he was competing for a Super Bowl. If I'm not mistaken, that was the year they won it. And so, you know, you can get beat up a season, and then if you get some pieces and you get some help, you can go out there and do some big things. Open the door there and look up on the top right. There's a real small box. It has patches and Raider stuff in it. I want you to go ahead and pick something for whoever wins tonight. Rude Boy Raider, RN Farrell, Miami 305 in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome to the show. Tony Make It Dip said Al would have never taken Jimmy. I don't know. See, Tony, I just don't know if I agree with that. I don't think the Niner beef would have been a big deal with him because he would have seen him as a free agent coming over. It's not like Al never brought over Niner and Denver Bronco players. He did. Okay, that's one. And two, and more importantly, and I think this is important, if we remember our history, our culture is to bring in guys that other teams have essentially rejected or told they were too old, and we bring them in to give them a couple years under the shield, under the black and silver, and we show them that we'll honor them and their end and their way into the Hall of Fame, if that being what's next, and move that way. Okay, that one, and pick one more thing too. That's a good pick, by the way, because I only have one of those left. Louis Hogwin said, Bear, I hope when we play the Jets this season, we slap the hell out of Rodgers. Well, you may get your wish, bro, because their offensive line is not very good. The Raiders are picking quarterback in later rounds. James Farrell, that's what I'm hoping. Like I said, I had a snitch tell me, okay, that's good. I had a snitch tell me that that they were going to go with Anthony Richardson. I'm just praying they're wrong. I would rather be boring and take an offensive lineman or defensive player. So, okay, so just so your hand and your arm are on camera, go ahead and reach over and grab one of those and just hold it up to where you know they can see it, like somewhere right here. There you go. All right, that is Little Cub's pick tonight for someone to win who provides the most stars tonight. We will be giving away that sweet old school English Raider patch, but there's more. In addition to that patch, we will be giving away this sweet Battlestar Galactica style remixed Raider mask face thing. I apologize if there's a super fan that actually goes by this. I'm screwing up badly, but I do know that the mask is based on the bad guy characters from, I just said their name and now I'm forgetting it. Battlestar Galactica.
I thought it was Shredder.
No, not Shredder, but it looks Shredder-ish, but it's from Battlestar Galactica.
Okay.
Scotty Lutz said, big game for our Warriors tomorrow. Let's go. I'm loving it. I'm ready. Let's see. Could we get Buddha from the cards for Renfro and picking next year draft for this one? And what do you think about the Bears? What do you think? Buddha, the defensive back. Yeah, from the Cardinals. I just don't think that's going to happen because it's been talked about too much. Usually if you're going to talk about a deal that much, it eventually gets done. But there's just been so much drag on the conversation for that deal that it just makes me think that the rumor started because there was some truth to it at some point, but now it's no longer any good.
Corinna sent 200 stars.
Corinna! True! Hello! Wait, did you hear that? This. Raiders! You know, we might have to have you practice a whoop whoop.
I can't do that.
It's making me sad not hearing a whoop whoop at the end. I'm missing Mama Bear's whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
There you go. That was actually pretty good. No AI like to stretch the field. Oh, Al and Jimmy can't. No, Tony, that's a great point. I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. He would have no patience for the fact that Jimmy doesn't stretch the field. I can't argue with that. He might like the fact that he keeps the chains moving, though, and wins games. You know what I mean? Last time I checked, just win, baby, was the 3-word slogan of the Raiders, and he does just win.
You gotta ban Bob Standards at Go Lakers. I think he's going to time out for that.
He's a big LeBron guy. Okay, let's see. Rich Gannon came over from Kansas City. Yeah, Ted, exactly. You don't have to get in beefs like that. Tommy, what's up? Let's see. Mr. Bear, just having a little fun. Not everybody is a big Ben fan. He got thrown into the fire of his rookie year and did really, really good. Val, that's a great point. That does happen. You also saw that with Dak Prescott. He went 11-0 at one point as a rookie. So it's not that it never happens. I have a feeling that they get Haener, one of our 3rd-round picks. Rick Samarano, I heard the Jalen Haener picks possibility too. The kid from Fresno State happens to have went to where Derek Carr went to school, our former starter, and which has nothing to do with it. It's just people keep bringing that up, so I thought I'd point that out. But I don't know how much truth there is to that. I did hear that they had someone at his bowl game. If that's true, then there's some real truth to it. Because if you send someone to their bowl game, that's different than sending them to their pro day. If you send them to their pro day, you're just going there to see their measurables, you know, how they throw in certain routes and stuff like that. There's no stress on them. You go to one of their bowl games, they're playing live and hard, and 2 teams are trying to win. And you see the player's character in the biggest game of his life at that point. So it could make sense if we had a guy there. And I think we did. I want to say we did. Because I read a little bit about Haener, but I'll be honest with you, it was about a month ago where I kind of got the scoop on Haener. I did hear the Raiders were interested in him, but not since I've heard nothing.
Bob Standard said Bear's show is the best, and it's his 32-month subscriber anniversary.
Nice. Appreciate you, Bob. Much love. And hey, remember that the sign that I had down here, the wood one that said R8RBEAR family? That was who made that for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's making a new one for me that's even better. It looks crazy.
Very talented.
Yeah. James Farrell said, let's go Knicks tomorrow. Right on. It's good to see the Knicks play well. You know what I mean? I mean, to me, sometimes there are teams that, even though I don't root for them, I want them to play well. I want them to have a place in sports because they're historic franchises. The NBA is not fun when the Lakers and the Knicks suck. You know what I mean? When Boston sucks. Those cornerstone franchises like the 76ers, when they suck, basketball is boring. You want those guys to be good. So the fact that they're all playing good basketball now is cool. Tony, make a dip. I get what you're saying and what Troy Gill was saying with Budda Baker. I like the idea of Budda Baker. I just don't know if there's a place for him. Now, if the Trayvon Merrick trade rumors are true, then maybe there is. For those of you who haven't caught the wind of this yet, I only just recently brought it up. But Trayvon Merrick was rumored in a trade to the Niners. There was also a rumor of a trade with him to the Dolphins. Suddenly, just in the last, I'd say like 3 days, suddenly Trayvon Merrick, there's whispers that he's getting shopped.
Doc Raider, did Jimmy G move the chains, or did he benefit from a great running game that moved them?
Doc Raider, Val, Tommy, whoever that was, I'd probably Val, but I would say this to you. Jimmy was moving the ball and he was completing passes. He did throw balls. He did have good games. The idea that every game Jimmy Garoppolo was a part of was one because they ran the ball and had good defense is ridiculous. He did throw the ball. He did hit receivers and they did score touchdowns. So they did keep him clean. Their offensive line kept him on his feet and he played well. His winning record for them is fantastic. Now, were there times when he was bad? Of course. Were there times when he made bad throws? Yes. I would wait for you to tell me about the quarterback that doesn't have that. Because every quarterback does that. Every quarterback makes these mistakes. Aaron Rodgers is a friggin' legend with a Super Bowl ring, and we're laughing at him going to the Jets. Now, there's still truth to it, but, it's one guy or another. One guy's garbage is another guy's diamonds.
Eric Peterson, Bear, what are your thoughts on Hendon Hooker?
Hendon Hooker at one point was considered probably the best quarterback in this draft. Then with injuries and more analysis, they've kind of chipped him down now to like the third or fourth best guy, with him not being picked, though, within the first 4 or 5 quarterbacks, simply because of the physical talents of the other quarterbacks. Then there is one huge strike against Hendon Hooker. He will be the oldest senior to graduate. If I'm not mistaken, he's going to be 27 by the time the NFL season starts. So do the math. 27, 28, 29, 30. So he's almost at like washed up age in his very first contract. So you're really only going to get 4 years out of him, because most franchises only want your first 4 years because they get you cheap with these rookie deals. So unless you turn out and pan out to be a great player, they're not going to give you another deal. Well, what if Hendon Hooker pans out to be a great player, but now he's 30? You know, you want to give him another 4-year deal for us to pay for the downside of his athletic career? You know, most owners would say to you no. Most GMs would say to you no. Vincent Rubalcaba. He did what?
He said 500 stars.
Woo, Vincent Rubalcaba. Okay, show them what they're working for tonight, Abriel. Nice. Nice. The old English writing on it. I love that. And nice. It's daughter dad work day. Battlestar Galactica style. Okay. That's what we're going with. That's what we're going with. Bear, every chance I get to celebrate Raider Nation, I will draft party on Thursday. Nice, Louis Hogwin. Well, make sure you turn on my show because you know I'm going to be on. Getting an edge rush would be nice in the first pick. This pick will help Crosby. Okay, James Farrell, they're arguing or gambling, I should say, that Chandler Jones is going to have a bounce back year, because that's why the mock move that I gave you, the mocked up trade that I gave you, where they pick first, 7th pick, first round, Devin Witherspoon. Then they go back in at like pick number 22, 24, and they give that team our number 38, our compensatory number 100, and number 109. So we give them those 3 picks. We move back into the first round, take another defensive stud in Kancey, someone that can fight up the middle. Now Kancey's pressure up the middle would help Chandler Jones and Max on the edge. That's the thought process. Now, if you get Tyree Wilson, you have to wonder, let's say Tyree Wilson really pans out, just looks like a monster. Okay. We've already given Chandler Jones a huge contract, and now we're going to make him sit. You see what I mean? That's a nightmare scenario. Better that you get a super stud player right now in the middle, and maybe you strike lightning with Chandler Jones, Max Crosby, and Kancey up the middle, and you get to a Super Bowl and win one. Now you could re-sign Chandler Jones.
We have a few questions here, but before we get to those.
Okay.
Corinna sent 175 stars.
Corinna! Hello! And was that it? No, that's good. You don't have to go back. I just thought maybe you had another one.
Nathan Matthews asks, what big trades are you predicting for the draft?
The big trade I'm predicting is that we're just going to pick defensive on 7. We're going to take either Christian Gonzalez or Devin Witherspoon, whichever one of those backs is available. Now, there's 2 scenarios. First one, we do the 38, 100, and 109 to move back into the second round and get Kancey in the middle from Pittsburgh. Or you, at the first pick, number 7, okay, you go after Carter or Kancey at 7, and then later on you package to get back up, and you take Joey Porter later in the first round at 22, 24, somewhere in there. Now you can justify the fact that you brought him a little higher than some people might suggest, but you did it in an aggressive move to move back up and go get him, showing that you think he's the man. I think pairing a defensive tackle, but the best one you can get at 7, instead of trying to fight back in to get Kancey, because Kancey could go off the board, and then my scenario doesn't work. I say you get the thing you can't teach. You can't teach size. You can find guys with speed. You can find guys who can jump, but you can't teach size. So with number 7 in the first round, you pick a big defensive lineman, and then you get back into the first round late, and you take Joey Porter Jr. Next!
Rick Salmerano, love Hooker, but age in question on the injury.
Well, okay. The question of injury on Hooker, there's no doubt about. You can't argue with it. Whenever someone tears an Achilles, you're playing snake eyes. You're rolling the dice.
Isn't it a gunner for that?
Huh?
Isn't he a gunner for that?
Well, usually when you get an Achilles tear, you're gone for the year. But in the old days, when I was your age, guys, if they got an Achilles tear, it ended their career. It literally, your career was over because the surgery to repair that much damage didn't exist yet. Okay, so now fast forward to your time. If you were to get, or me, even at my age, if I tore my Achilles right now, because science where it is right now, they could give me a new Achilles or repair my Achilles and it'll be like good as new. The only problem with it is the things you do. Remember when you were in school, how you would run and stop when you play basketball or run around corners, playing dodgeball and things like that. Those are the movements that make an Achilles pop. So if you get Achilles surgery and then say, now I'm going to go play NFL level football, there's a high likelihood you're going to pop it again. So that's why they're asking me, does his value warrant taking him so high in the first round if we know he's been rehabilitated from a torn Achilles? And my answer is yes, because the surgery is so much better now. It's probably a safe pick.
Larry Brown's at 100 stars.
Larry Brown. You know what I used to call LB? I would go, because he was the auction hawk. Every once in a while, he would be back on the perch of a mountain like a hawk, all ready to go, wings folded in, and people would make bids on stuff. And then Larry Brown would be back there just waiting to pounce from on mountaintop and snatch his prey. You know, many is a battle Larry Brown has had with Corinna Trujillo, so there's no telling who might end up with these patches tonight. Let's see. Yasuke Nobunaga. What's up, Bear? Why are we not picking a quarterback at 7? Your thoughts? There are those who think that the only people who think these quarterbacks are super valuable are us, the public, because they've been pumped up so much by ESPN and TV shows. We're all running around with our heads cut off trying to say, oh, get this quarterback, get this quarterback. And in reality, the experts who really know the game are basically saying these guys are, you know, they're guys, but they're not guys that are going to go down. And, you know, none of these are Hall of Famers. We're not even sure they're starters. These may all be guys that really need to have an apprentice role for a year before you really want them anywhere near starting in front of actual NFL starters. Next.
Think again, set 50 stars.
Think again.
And Troy Gill, do you think trade with Niners for Trevor is going to happen or not just rumor?
I think the move with the Niners will happen, but only because the Niners are just a player or two away, in their opinion, from getting it done. Now, unfortunately, the player or two that they're away from is a quarterback, the most important position you have on your team. They have some guys that look promising in that guy, Brock Purdy, but I would imagine that they would have rather had a guy like Aaron Rodgers land in their lap. Having said that, and then not being able to do that, now you fast forward, are they going to be able to do that with the guys they have? They may want to shore up the defense even more than it's already been pretty good. They may want to shore it up even more just to make it where they really win a lot of these games by just choking the life out of other teams' offense.
Anthony Contreras.
Anthony Contreras, what's up, brother? Welcome to the show, and well done pronouncing that.
Thank you. What's up, R8RBEAR Bear? Great show. So you think no quarterback before 7th-round pick, which I think we need help in other positions.
You know, Anthony, not only are you correct, and I agree with you, I'm saying that I think they're going to do Anthony Richardson at 7. That's what I think they're going to do. But I only think that because of a report I was given by someone I trust. Now, having said that, I think that they could be wrong. And I did say that. I said, I think you might be wrong on this. I just don't believe that you bring in Jimmy Garoppolo and Brian Hoyer and invest another spot into another young quarterback who may or may not work out for you. And I don't know, man. It feels like Josh McDaniels might be making the Tim Tebow mistake. Remember when he was first given his very first head coaching job with Denver, his first pick was a running combination throwing quarterback. Well, what is Anthony Richardson? a running pass combination run quarterback. The same thing, just in a more advanced model, much faster, leaner. So having said that, does he get tempted by that again? I would say yes. I'm not saying I agree with that because I don't. I want defense like all of you. I think we should look at Devin Witherspoon, and then I think we should look at dipping back into the first round again for defense. And then later on in other rounds, if you want to look for some young quarterback, like one of my other viewers was saying, look at Jalen Hader and Jalen Hayner from Fresno State. He's tough, or the Raiders could wait until the later rounds and go with, I don't know, Aiden O'Connor. That's right, Aiden O'Connor. We would have St. Patty's Day just waiting for it every year. So we can celebrate old Paddy Aiden, our quarterback Aiden O'Connor. We'll put Lucky Charms in his locker. Oh, that would be awesome. I want green Raider shirts for St. Patty's Day for our quarterback O'Connor.
You can give the Raider guy like a beard.
Yes. I love it. Yes, we all could do it as fans. We could all wear fake ginger beards and be leprechauns for our boy O'Connor. I want to see it. Now, there is a draft where it was a mock draft where Aiden O'Connell was mocked to the Raiders in the 4th round. And I only want to bring that up because it was on Raider Wire, and I just thought it had some validity to it. The guy's tough. Right here, listen to this. Arguably the most popular non-first round quarterback among teams this year is Aiden O'Connell. He's far above average in 3 key areas that NFL coaches love: accuracy, intelligence, and intangibles. Now, when you think of O'Connell, I just love saying his name. The Irish, the Raiders, O'Connor. But I want him now, just so I can keep doing that terrible Irish accent I'm doing. I want to get him on the team just so I can keep doing it. Give me Lucky Charms and score a touchdown. I'm serious. But anyway, listen to that. He's incredibly accurate, very intelligent, and has intangibles. In other words, he's one of those guys, if he has to split out to his right because of the pressure coming to his left, or split out to the left because of the pressure coming to his right, he's one of those guys that has enough mobility and size to do those things and still deliver the ball. I love this. I love this. I mean, if we end up picking him up, hey man, I see him getting a job, but not just getting a job, getting somewhere with Raider Nation with Josh McDaniels, we're really working his career. Give it to me, Cub.
Dylan Snyder, what do you think about Stetson Bennett?
Stetson Bennett would be easy to get somewhere in the 4th or 5th round. Stetson Bennett is a competent, what I would call prototype quarterback. And when I say prototype, I don't mean the Colin Kaepernick prototype, because that's Anthony Richardson. Not the prototype where the quarterback can run and throw. I'm talking about the prototypical quarterback that real teams want. A guy that can handle a pocket and then make the decisions on the blocking on the offensive line, and then know who's open, where they're going to be, and deliver a ball with accuracy. That's what Josh McDaniels wants to do. Now, I realize he has this infatuation with having Michael Vick, but I just think it's much harder to find Michael Vick than it is to find, a Stetson who's going to stay in the pocket, run play action, and then deliver the ball quickly after a play action fake, because he knows he doesn't have the physical tools, the size, or the speed to be evading defensive linemen and so on. So he's going to make smart, quick decisions. That's another reason why I like Aiden O'Connell. He would be a great fit in that way, but a little bit bigger guy. Corinna Trujillo, don't worry about the fact that you're still stuck on Mac Jones. That is still a possibility. Although trading back Brian Hoyer as a part of the deal, like sending Brian Hoyer and a couple picks or something like that to New England, can't do it now because Brian Hoyer burned the bridge behind him from New England. He really didn't leave things well there. Okay, let's see what you got, little Cub.
Let's see. Not many questions. Kenneth Parson. I like Jay Hall from BYU. To me, he's better than A. O'Connell and Tanner McGee. Mobile with better than average arm. He has a little Brett Favre in him.
Okay. Let's see, Alan J. Hall. Well, okay, I would agree with that. I just don't know if that guy's going to be available in the fourth. You know what I mean? In other words, I think your pick is a little higher than O'Connell. So I think your guy would go, and then Aiden O'Connell would still be sitting there. So I think that's part of why I would pick him. It's not that I think O'Connell's better than your pick. I think O'Connell's what would be available to us. Tony Make a Dip said O'Connell could be our Fitzmagic. Fitzmagic is this guy that he acts nuts on the football field. He wears Hawaiian shirts and then unbuttons them way down here, and his chest hair comes out. And he knows that's ridiculous, but he does it anyway because he knows it makes everyone laugh. Yeah. And then he grew like this really like Captain Caveman long beard, and he just does crazy things. And then like there was this guy one time for the Raiders. His name was Arden Stupid Key. Arden, not the key to anything. His name was Arden Key. And he literally grabbed this guy's helmet and turned it all the way around to where all he could see was darkness. And he still threw the ball, and it went exactly to where it was supposed to. Right into the guy's hands for a huge gain. And he totally made our player look like an idiot.
They didn't get fouled?
Yeah, they did. He got ejected from the game and everything. And then the guy I'm talking about, the quarterback, he spun his helmet back around and he looked at our sidelines and went, like, what is this idiot doing? He's like turning my whole helmet around, and I still made the play. Totally humiliated us. And I still loved it. I love that guy. He's just such a man's man. You know what I mean? He just plays like his butt's on fire. He plays like if he loses, his mom's going to die. So he just gives it everything he's got. That's how he plays football. Yeah.
Eric Peterson.
What's up, EP?
Bear, any LB you like in this draft?
Any LBs I like in the draft? Well, I like the obvious ones. To be quite honest with you, let me go back to where I was here a moment ago, because I want to give you actual names, because I was actually looking at that. Right here, there we go. And then I had now most people think that Will Anderson is the fly in the ointment. In other words, he might be the guy that goes to the Cardinals, where other people would trade up to get the Cardinal spot. That might be why the Cardinals aren't allowing people to move up to 3, because they want Will Anderson, because the guy can just flat ball. And then number 2 ranked linebacker / defensive end is Tyree Wilson. So that's why I was hard for Tyree Wilson. At the same time, Nolan Smith is no slouch. You have to remember, out of their ratings, where Tyree Wilson rates an 89, Nolan Smith rates an 87. So it's not like there's this huge drop off between the two gentlemen and their overall rating number. I mean, it's pretty damn good. But overall, if I had my choice, it would be Jack Campbell for sure. Jack Campbell selected. Let's go, Jack Campbell, Raiders. I would love that. Okay, either way, I'm almost done. There's only a few minutes left. Bear, let's see. I hear CJ Stroud is dropping. I hope McDumdum won't jump. Louis Hallgren, there's a chance. There is a chance. I think the Anthony Richardson thing is real. But at the same time, if it's CJ Stroud that falls that far, now you would rather CJ Stroud of the two. And I mean that seriously. Even though Anthony Richardson has the higher ceiling, you don't know if he'll ever be able to reach it with anything other than a bad ball that he throws on his pro day. Boom. Bam to the balls. You get. Let's see. Only old school gamers know what that sound meant. Eric Peterson, only linebacker I care for is Jack Campbell. Ted Thane, I agree. I think Jack Campbell is the Brian Urlacher type of guy. I think that he has the best combination of size and athleticism and speed. You know what I mean? He's a little bit bigger than Brian Urlacher was, and yet just about as fast. So, yeah, I'm big on Jack Campbell. Big on Jack Campbell. Yeah, Tony Make a Dip. Fitzpatrick loved the game. And Hector Hernandez, I saw your good news. Congratulations, brother. That's fantastic. That's incredible, brother. Incredible news. Kenneth Parsons said Jack Campbell. I agree. Hey, Bear, do you think after this draft, if McDaniels gets his group of guys he wants, if he doesn't have a winning season, do Do you see him getting fired? No, because he's already commented many times about how he convinced Mark Davis into what would be a long-term program to make the team better. So he's not interested in judging how Josh McDaniels is after a season. He's interested in looking at what his team building is doing after 3 to 4 seasons. So we have to see from there.
Bo Jackson try to break my toe.
He's good for that.
Oh.
Anthony Contreras, I really think we will get picks in this draft, and we will need this draft to make us better, Raider Bear. Great job to Raider Mama Bear. Appreciate that. That's actually my daughter right now. Mama Bear, she's off in Mexico right now. She's on vacation with family members on her side of the family. She's with her dad and my stepdad and my stepbrother.
I'm Mama Bear's intern today.
Yeah, I have the Mama Bear intern in today. Marky Lashley, the crazy part to me is whoever we get at 7, we need that guy. I just don't want 7 of a offensive lineman. Marky Lashley, I don't know why. Offensive linemen are what make football. I mean, if your quarterback can't stand on his feet, he can't throw the ball. You know what I mean? If you want Josh Jacobs to have a great season, you need good offensive linemen. And I would love to see one of the big linemen like Skoronski go first. I would love to see that. To me, that's just an old school, old fashioned build from the line first type of team. And I just personally, that's how I like it done.
Aloha, Rick. You said hi to me.
Nice. We have McDaniels for at least 4 years. Yeah, Rick Samarano, that's kind of where I was going to, at least 3 or 4 years. Mm-hmm. Oh, right on, Bob Standard. That was nice of you for Corinna. If I'm Lyle Alzado, cancer is Patrick Mahomes, and I sacked cancer. Attaboy.
Scotty Lutz.
Uh-huh.
I heard some Raiders fan in his videos saying that as long as Mark Davis is owner and McDaniels is head coach, it's going to be dark times for our team. Do you agree or disagree with his statement?
Yeah. To be honest with you, I've made it myself right after we signed him. I don't hold back punches. I throw to knock out. So sorry about that. I know that didn't feel good. But if I had to throw this comment and really comment at it hard, I would say the Josh McDaniels, Dave Ziegler, Mark Davis regime will fail. I love my Raiders, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's not my nature. I'm going to tell you the truth. And where there's possibility of things to be positive, I will bring those things up. I think there's a chance that we can win. I think that there's a way that we can be wrong. And that is, I think the players can overcome Josh McDaniels. In other words, he will make bad calls. He will make bad decisions. And then the players on the field will overcome them. Sorry for the yawn talking there. It's late for me. And this is show number 2. I haven't had my coffee. All right, Bear, you have a beautiful daughter. Congrats. Yasuke Nobunaga. I really appreciate that. I happen to think she's quite beautiful myself.
Comment, in front of the bear.
I am protective, but I can't punch him through the microphone. And I like him. Online, that can protect Jimmy. Her may be able to throw the ball down the field then. Exactly. Great job to your daughter. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that. Jack Campbell is 6'5", 249. Exactly. I don't know if that's a lot bigger than Urlacher, but I know it's bigger. Isn't Urlacher like 6'1"? And then weight-wise, they're probably close to the same. Pete Vasquez always there for Raider Bear. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome to the show. You're welcome, Hector. James Walker, what's up, brother? Make sure you and Princetta take pictures with your medallions when they arrive. If they didn't get there today, it's going to be tomorrow, I'm sure. I sent them priority or first class or whatever. Scotty Lutz said, same here, Raider Bear. No matter how we do in this draft, I ain't getting expectations too high with our team next season. I have high expectations to pressure the boss, Scotty Lutz. So I do have high expectations. It's just that I'm a realist. You can have high expectations and still be a realist. I have high expectations that this team will perform. And if it doesn't, I'll be bummed out. That's it. You know what I mean? I don't know a better way to put it. 10 years of losing again, like a sad hope and wrong, but this coaching staff sucks. Tony Make a Dip. Again, I want to say this carefully, though. For everything we know of this coaching staff and the idea that it can't win, to me, that's saying too much. I'm not saying that I'm sure it will fail. I'm saying that my previous experience is that Josh McDaniels is not head coaching material and that Mark Davis, our owner, is a nitwit. So, no, hey, look, when you call someone a nitwit, that's really giving it to them. Okay. You may not think so, but you're really giving it to a guy when you call him a nitwit. That's getting down deep in there and splitting him.
That guy's a cornball.
Exactly. I'm not with it. Corinna Trujillo said, awesome job, Aubrielle.
Thank you, Corinna.
Wait till I'm still asking about dinner. Rick Samarano, to be honest with you, I have too many things to even tell you what I'm going to have for dinner. I have a kitchen full of stuff. I just have to make up my mind. God bless to you too, Ted Thane. Have a good night. Troy Gill said, your daughter looks like her mom. Thank goodness. I don't want her to look like me. I want her looking like a man. What's the matter with you? I mean, I'm a handsome dude, but I am definitely not a good-looking woman.
I do not want to be a handsome woman.
Right. She definitely favors her mama. Thank God. And she favors her mother between the ears, too. So that's another bonus. Where she's like me is her sense of humor and her ability to get in trouble while still smiling and getting away with it. She does that like I do, too. Got to go. Much love and respect to you and yours. Right on. Thank you, brother. Have a good night. Good man, James. I appreciate that. I see the Raiders picking up 2 grunts, O-linemen, Steve Villa and Cody Mock to protect porn star Jimmy. Kenneth Parsons, that would be a great draft. I would super co-sign that. Tony, make it dib. I did give him the business. I know someday or one day we'll be holding that Vince Lombardi trophy, Raider Nation for life. I appreciate that, brother. To be honest with you, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not a player fan. I'm a Raider fan, and it's on my body for life. Look, it don't wash off. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm Raiders, Warriors all day long. Sorry about you guys with your Laker love. You guys can love the Lakers, but I don't like anything about taking L's.
Only W's.
I had to pause to let that sting get into effect. And now I can give him the, oh! We only like doves in this house. Wins. Let's see. I'm coming over, but need a jet and a knee lift. Tony, make a dip. What's up? Corinna said, Tony, make a dip. I agree. I think my imaginary friend Denise can coach better. Right?
Miguel Garcia, do you think we can make the playoffs this year?
Miguel Garcia, I would say that his job is on the line if he doesn't. And not that it would mean he's immediately fired. We all just got done talking about him being here for 3 or 4 years. But what I mean, his job would be on the line is Mark Davis would be saying to him, you know, that's 2 years now, and I'm not seeing progress. You know what I mean? He's got to see progress. We have to continue to elevate. For example, it's not about winning a Super Bowl. I mean, it is. But I mean, for us, a team that's still being built, it has to be about progression. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if we were a 4 last year, we want to see a 6 this year. Even if that 6 doesn't win, give us a 6. Give us a team that consistently is a 6. Then the following season becomes an 8 and maybe gets close to a championship, gets into the playoffs, gets out of the first round, gets in the second round, maybe has a tough battle and loses. Okay, again, progression. Keep moving us forward. You know what I mean? The reason why it's such a scary thing to contemplate is that when you think about it, the Chiefs window had opened and closed, and then they snuck in and got one more ring. Now you have situations like the Eagles. The Eagles' time may be over. They might have one more year because you've already seen players leaving the Eagles because they didn't make it on their run. San Diego Chargers really only have another year left on their window with that coach and quarterback combination the way it is. And if it doesn't win again another year, that coach is going to be gone. Okay, the Broncos are still trying to put it together. So, you know, I'm not really that worried other than to say you got to make the playoffs. You've got to show progress.
Doc Raider, what makes you think that Chandler Jones is going to play any better this season? Last year, he played like he just didn't care.
He didn't play like he didn't care. He played like he was fat. He was an older player trying to get in shape by playing instead of an older player getting in shape before he played and then showing up in shape and playing well. He tried to get himself in shape while he played. And that's not the way to do it. A lot of pros do it, but that's not the way to do it. And I don't think he'll do that this year because he got called out about it by a lot of other people. People on our team, people in the press said, if you're going to get $51 million for 2 years, you know, you owe it to the team to at the very minimum be in shape. And he wasn't that. I wasn't happy about that.
Scotty Lutz again.
Okay.
Would at least like to see consistent improvement each year. That way we can say that our team is on the right track. But this team ain't shown me much to have faith in them.
Scotty, you always have faith. No matter what they show you, you have faith. That's what real fans do. And Raider fans are the realest fans there are. So you always have faith. Now, having said that, that doesn't mean it's going to be better, but we always keep our faith. Now, what do I see that shows an improvement? I think that re-signing Joel Emenor and bringing in a massive tight end to help him on the right side was really smart. I think re-signing Alex Bars as one of our guards was really smart and bringing him back. I think signing Ronis Grasu, our center guard package guy, and signing him back was really smart. So you notice we did a lot of work on that offensive line. We've already brought in another veteran pass catching and blocking tight end in Austin Hooper. And then there's going to be some really talented tight ends in this draft. And remember, this offense features tight ends. It made Super Bowl Hall of Famers out of Alex Hernandez and Rob Gronkowski. So it'll do it for whoever we get as long as we run that same offense and run it well. Alexa, play Hide by NASA.
Amazon Music is streaming on another device. Would you like to stream from here instead?
Yes.
Here's High Trocula's Remix by NASA on Amazon Music.
Corinna sent stars.
Oh, Corinna! Truck, hello! R8RBEAR, watch this. Wait a minute, watch the comments. No, sometimes if I call him down from his perch, he swoops down and makes another bid. Not all the time, just sometimes. Corinna's the hawk killer sometimes. You don't like sitting there with my music. All right, I'm going to turn it off in just a second. Shout out to our armed forces, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, National Guard, Space Force. For all you do, the energy and love of this show is dedicated to your sacrifice. Active and veteran, much love. Alexa, volume down 3. Okay, what'd you say?
Everyone's sending their bids in.
Oh.
Rick sent 50 stars.
Rick Samurano.
And another 100 stars from Corinna.
Who?
Corinna.
Corinna. Hello. I'm not going to go right until the song ends. So if you have one more bid, you better bring it because you got about 10 more freaking seconds. What? I don't think the auction hawk is interested. He's up on his perch looking down like going, no. I don't know if we sweeten the deal. He might swing down from the mountaintop if we sweeten the deal, but Vincent Rubalcaba! Oh, Mr. Rubalcaba, stop it. Corinna! Hello! Did I mention that I put a house on the market and bought one and sold one within 4 days? I know, right? I get more handsome when I tell stories like that. Or at least that's what Mama Bear says. All right. No calming down. I'm not good at that. All right, that's my show. Much love, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 and again at 8. R8RBEAR family page from Raider Bear family page and little cub. Much love. We'll see you soon. Raider Bear family page. Peace.